Hi everyone. We're going to go over the homework 923, yesterday's homework. All right, so 14 to the 0 power. Remember, we have learned that anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, number 2, this is a negative exponent. Okay, so this is equal to 1 over x to the 6th power. All right, number 3. So we have negative 8 times x to the 0 times y to the negative 2nd power. Well, negative 8 is just negative 8. X to the 0 is 1. And y to the negative 2nd power is 1 over y squared. Okay, this is not a fraction, but we can turn it into a fraction. And this is not a fraction, but we can turn it into a fraction. And now we can just multiply all the numerators. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. And 1 times y squared is y squared. So that's your answer. All right. So here we're multiplying powers with the same base 10. So we keep the base 10 and we add the exponents. So if you take 3 plus negative 3, you should get 0. So our exponent should be 0. 10 to the 0 is 1. All right, let's go to the next one. 4 to the 6th power times 4 to the 7th. Keep the same base 4 and just add your exponent. 6 plus 7 is 13. Let's try to write that over again. Okay. So this means the same thing as 2 to the 5th times 2 to the 5th times 2 to the 5th. If I can erase this here, it's supposed to be 5. It's supposed to be 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So this gives us 2 to the 15th power. All right, so we're on number 7. Okay, 12 to the 4th power divided by 12 to the 2nd power. We're dividing powers with the same base. So we'll keep the base 12, and 4 minus 2 is 2. We're dividing powers with the same base. We'll keep the same base, and we'll just subtract their exponent. 14 minus 3 is 11. We can simplify. 12 divided by negative 6 gives us 2. And this part right here, x to the 4th divided by x squared, keep the base x, and 4 minus 2 is 2. And lastly, keep the base y. 5 minus 3 is 2. Because we were dividing here with powers with the same base. We keep the base and subtract the exponent. All right. So what you have in the numerator is exactly what you have in the denominator. And when the numerator and the denominator match, the answer is 1. It's like 5 divided by 5. Wouldn't that be 1? It's like x divided by x. That would be 1. Okay, so this means 5 to the 3rd power times 5 to the 3rd power times 5 to the 3rd power, and one more, because we have to repeat. Okay, this factor 4 times. I'll put it over here. So this gives us same base 5, add the exponent, 12. 5 to the 12th power. Okay, if we take the reciprocal of that, this is what we get, which is equivalent to the original. Okay, so if we take the reciprocal of that, we would get 8 to the 4th over 1. Okay, and we go from a negative power to an equivalent positive power. Okay, so negative 15 is just negative 15, but anything to the 0 power, see everything in this parentheses going to the 0 power, that's 1. So that's negative 15 times 1. That means the answer is negative 15. Okay, we can rewrite this because this is multiplication. This means the same thing as negative 2 times x, negative 2 times 4 times x to the first times x to the third power. Okay, well, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, and x, you're multiplying powers with the same base x, and just keep the base, add the exponents. So we need to convert this to scientific form. We need to create A. So A should be 3.801. We're moving the decimal from here to right here. And we're going to multiply it by a power of 10 to keep the original value. All right, so the decimal was here. I've moved it here. So let's see how many places I have to move back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be 10 to the 8th. Okay, now this is going to have a negative exponent because this is a number smaller than 1. So that's what I'm expecting. So I'll create a 1.03 times 10 to the, I put the decimal here, right behind the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6. All right, let's create a, that'll be 2.09 times 10 to the, so the decimal is here, but I put it here. So I have to move back, okay, to its original place. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is a number smaller than 1, so I know the exponent is going to be negative. Okay, so we'll put the decimal behind the 7 to create a, multiply that by a power of 10. Since we put the decimal here, we have to go 1, 2, 3 places to the left, negative 3. Last one. Okay, so the decimal is originally here behind the number. We moved it so we can put it behind 4 to create a. Then we have to multiply that by some power of 10 to get back the original number. Since we put it behind 4, we have to move 1, 2 places to the right. So this should be 2. That's it.